We might have to try to go back and answer some of the super chat questions. Well, let's answer Alex's because that was easier a little bit. Let's go around the room. Yes or no? Q, you for spanking?
Absolutely.
Love?
Not anymore.
Isha?
Up until a certain age.
Okay, so big kids don't get spankings?
You gotta fight them niggas.
We'll go from spanking to fighting. Love, can you quickly say why it's not anymore?
I had a paradigm shift. I did spank my son when I was raising him. But as I've got older and wiser, I want to do it again. And I don't subscribe to that anymore.
Okay. Mary, yes or no, you spank?
I personally don't.
You don't? Are you for spanking?
Yeah.
Mr. White?
Absolutely.
Gunny?
Same thing that Love said. I used to, and with my oldest child, I believed in it, but with my youngest child, no. As a parent, I agree. So no.
Chief, for spanking?
It's fucked up, but I don't. But I am. Like, It's true. I don't,
Wait,
but I
Sandy?
am.
You wait. You
I
don't spank.
I don't
but
hit my kids, but I've that's the culture I grew up in. So it was, if I apply it to myself, it's kind of like it helped mold me. But I just feel like I learned better ways. So like you, I kind of like I've
so
had a
you're
paradigm
not
shift.
for it.
You're not
Okay,
against
got
it.
it.
Not for it, not against it. I
He
guess.
said-
I don't know.
You're
that-
against it. You're against it.
I'm against. I guess so. I don't know.
Bub?
No.
Sis, are you for spanking?
No.
No?
I got some. I realized that if your kids like kind of fear you and respect you and they love you, they will respond to you verbally if you're giving them verbal direction or redirection. And I realized just the other day, like I was about to hit him, but I said I'm just upset, you know. So I said I see a point to. Somebody said it before. It's really just it's you being in control of your own emotions. Because I wanted to take his head off, but I said, wait, I'm annoyed and upset about a lot of different things. So if I take his head off, first of all, my mom gonna come get me, but I just didn't need to do that. I just realized that like it's really just parents, like we gotta check ourselves.
You know who I learned from this? You know who put me on game? And it's a fact. Your older brother. Years ago, he put me on game. And I transitioned that shit into my own life when I had my kids. And that's a fact. That's on everything. He taught me that shit.
Well, he probably used it all up on us. He's probably tired of spanking and whooping.
He was
No,
like, yo,
he's definitely the GOAT. He's definitely the GOAT, bub. I know exactly what you're saying. And he never really spanked us. He would do stuff like put your hand on the table and like he pop us like with anger or like
totally see that.
I didn't get spanking.
Yeah, sis don't count as much. Nigga, he used to bring a wire hanger and make you put your hand flat on a concrete table. That ain't fun.
Well, he didn't spank us. It was more like of a mind thing, I think.
Yeah, because he told me, he was like that he didn't spank his kids. I'm like, what? You serious? And when he broke down why, I'm like, yo, when I have my kids, I'm trying that shit. And sure enough, it worked. It worked.
I'm agreeing with the $2 super chat. Spanking should be what do you say, corrective and not punitive?
Yeah. I agree with that. And I think to answer, I know you haven't asked this yet, but to answer the second part of Alice's question and give it more context, not whipping, because I think it's different. It depends on the approach that you use and how you do it. There's people that just wail on kids, like they just beat the shit out of them, and that to them is spanking. I don't do that. I've never, any child I've ever spanked was like 2, they're done. Pop, pop, you're done. Like And then after that is coming with a lecture on why that had to happen. And the main source is usually a really extreme situation where they might have been in harm's way or in danger. It's never no simple shit like, do you think of the average thing that a kid would be disciplined for, like just talked to, maybe sat down, whatever, is never nothing like that. Never nothing like poor grades. I think that there is a fine line between spanking and abuse. And I don't think that a lot of people take the time to go through that process. So to what Bub was describing and you guys were describing, that to me is more like child abuse. Spanking for the purpose of discipline. And like I said, in those extreme situations, like if I'm driving on the highway, you know better than to open the car door. And you open the car door, oh, you're getting your ass whooped when you get home. But that's gonna come with, again, I'm not wailing on you for like 5 hits or until you scream or until I get a reaction or tears or anything like that. It's never that deep. So I just wanted to clarify that.
I
Can't
think
clean that up. It's spanking is hitting. It's hitting. It's like slavery. There's no way to kind of clean it up. You really do not need to put your hands on children. You can talk to children. Yes, if he opens that car door, yes, it's pretty bad, but there's no reason to really hit them. I learned that.
That's pretty bad. Your kid be like being in a position to fly out the car or get injured in some type of way from opening your door in the house.
Mm-hmm. But sis's point, that point, can you hear me? Sis?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Oh, when she was saying like it's you, it's not the kid. The fear of them falling out is what makes you angry. Like you get so scared of what could have happened to them. I feel like, and then you react in a way because you were made to feel some type of way.
Right, but again, if you're spanking them with anger attached to it too, because that makes a difference too. Then, like I said, that's something completely different. Now you're just like, oh, all that rage, oh, you're gonna get it, and then you're coming at them like that. Most of us were disciplined like that.
No,
I'm talking about.
Have you ever tried to hit somebody or fight somebody happy? Like
not happy, but
you've never done that. That doesn't happen.
You're right, but not happy. So that's an extreme, right? That would be kind of sick if you're happy and spanking the kid too. But I'm talking about something completely different that obviously you can't relate to because you don't apply that to your own situation. But in that sense, once they feel that, the likelihood of them doing that same thing has been completely minimized. In your case, because all kids are different too and respond to things differently too, the likelihood of a kid who may need a spanking responding to that or I'm sorry, doing that same thing again will probably be pretty high. Because all kids
still bad as hell. Some of them still bad as hell and been whooped all their life.
Right. Because that would have been probably more child abuse and not in the form of discipline.
Yeah. Let me read a couple of these. I don't know. It's in depth. Mr. I'll be right back with the $5 super chat. Spanking is like rearranging the deck furniture on the Titanic. It's too late. It's already going down. Yo. Mr. Gary S. with a 20 ball. Damn good show, panel. Word.
Shit like that.
Appreciate you. Damn, man. Interesting.
Let me add this too. And it has to be during the formative years. Like I think there should be classes on how to discipline kids with spanking. Like it has to be during the formative years because to Isha's point, if they're 15, I always say the cutoff is like 9, but 9, 10, because by then kids know a lot of right from wrong. So if you whipping the shit out of a 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old, that's a slippery slope. Like they probably already are developed. So
we in different times, Q. That's the kids have too many rights. That's never gonna go down. You put your hands on your kid, you could potentially lose your fucking job and go to jail. Trust me, it ain't worth it, yo. It ain't worth it.
I agree with you.
It don't even have to be child abuse. All they have to do is go to school, go somewhere, and say, "Listen, my parent that I love did this."
Yes, and that means you have no control of your household if your child is willing to do that.
That doesn't mean you don't have control of your household.
In my opinion.
These kids are spending more times in that school system with these teachers than they are with you. So they could tell these teachers anything. Anything could come out of them lips. It
All
don't
right.
have to be.
All right.
It don't have to be 100%
So
true.
y'all who
And your
don't
ass get
discipline y'all
jammed
kids,
up.
I'm transitioning off this. Is there a final point for this?
Don't beat your kids.
And then Q saying beat them with understanding.
Yeah, if you don't have no self-control, I agree with Sis and Bub completely. It's probably not for everybody. You guys are proving that because some people don't know the fine line between spanking your kids with discipline and abusing them. So yeah, if you feel like you're gonna do too much, don't do it at all.
I don't think you could. Hold on. I don't think you could take it there because we do have self-control. I never caught a case. With that said, I'm just saying there's a different way to do it, which you can verbally talk to your children. You don't need to physically spank them. Good example, this is it. No. Watch the Super Nanny. She has a lot of good ways to teach you how to parent your children in the formative years.
All right. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. All right. There's one topic